Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Amy.
And
we are
Two Cities.
So we've been married for 14 years. It'll be 15 years in June. We have 6 kids. There's 3 biological kids, 2 adopted daughters, and 1 foster baby that we will be adopting
In the next couple months.
sometime in May, hopefully. Our oldest daughter is 19. Our second oldest is 18. Brandon is 14. And we have 2 12-year-olds and a 16-month-old.
I'm a store manager for Save Mart, located on First and Bullard. Been with the company for about 12 years. Hopefully could retire in about 8.5 more years.
So I work part-time at the elementary school right here in our neighborhood. I am the lunch yard duty.
And she loves being around the kids.
I like a few things about Fresno and Clovis. One is kind of a common thing that a lot of people like is that we're close to the beach, we're close to the mountains, so it's easy to get to where you want to be. But the other thing I like is that it has a small town feel. They're both pretty large cities, a lot of people, but you'll find, especially on social media, everyone is connected somehow in some way, and so it still has that small town feel, which I like. So we both grew up in church our whole lives. Our last church we attended for about 10 years, but it was just time to move on, and so we started church shopping about 2 years ago. We started visiting different churches, and our sister Jennifer actually was invited here by one of her friends, and so we come as a package deal. So we came with them. We love the church. It's a little far from our home, so we decided to try out a few more churches, but we kept being called back to Two Cities. Everything just aligns with what we believe in, our values, and outreach and helping the unchurched is more important to us than anything else, and so we just wanted to be a part of what's happening here. So currently our family is serving in a few areas. It's one of our favorite things to do. I think serving in the church is huge, and I love to see my kids get involved. So right now my daughter Taylor and I are greeters every other Sunday, and then all 3 of my girls, Taylor, Cassie, and Miracle, all help in Wambaland and Upstreet, and so they've been loving that. And Pastor Mike has done a great job of working on getting my boys involved. They're not as sold into serving as the girls are, but he's doing a good job at working at that. And so we also stay after church to help tear down whenever we're all there. So one of my favorite things about Two Cities is the balance that I've seen with the fun and the outreach. So there's a lot of opportunity to just hang out with family and friends, and then there's a ton of outreach too, which is near and dear to our hearts. My husband and I and our friend Carol Hoover actually started the whole Christmas on G Street, May Day on G Street events, and so we actually visited Two Cities a while back before we became permanently part of the church, and instantly this church population was a big part of those events. And for such a small church, there's a big influence and a big showing of people and volunteers, which I was really impressed with at our very first event. Yeah, so one of the outreaches I loved around Christmas time was the juvenile hall Christmas party. I had never served in any kind of jail or prison capacity, so that was eye-opening for me, but I loved it. Okay, so I think our biggest win since coming to Two Cities has been watching our girls get back involved in church and serving. When you leave a church after being there for so long, there's no matter what the circumstances, there's a healing process that has to take place, and so it was a little bit hard to leave our last place. So to watch them dive right in and be not only do it, but to be excited, and it was their idea, not mine. That's been huge for us. And then we've also made some really good friends since we've been here, and that's important to us too. We believe in that whole little saying, it takes a village to raise your kids, and this is a nice little village to be a part of. We are the Galyans.
We are Two Cities.